We, as members of the genus Homo, have embarked on an extraordinary odyssey spanning 2.8 million years. In just the past 2 centuries, we've catapulted ourselves into an era of technological marvels and medical breakthroughs, elevating the global average lifespan to around 73 years. But this journey hasn't been without struggle. Our history is riddled with hardships, many of our own making, and a glance back in time reveals just how fleeting and fragile life once was. Imagine living in 18th century France, where you could expect to survive only 27 to 30 years. In classical Greece, your years would be limited to about 25. Travel further back, to the Neolithic period, and life expectancy plummeted to a mere 20 years. Yet, even these bleak numbers pale in comparison to what one of our earliest relatives endured. Among the many branches of our evolutionary family tree, one species stands out as perhaps the most unfortunate of all: Homo habilis. Living roughly 2.3 to 1.65 million years ago, these early humans may have had the shortest, most brutal lives of any Homo species. Estimates suggest their average lifespan was a shocking 12 years, less than 1/6 of today's global average. And disturbingly, even that number might be optimistic. When scientists examined 26 Homo habilis specimens, they found almost no infant or neonatal remains, hinting that many perished even earlier, possibly dragging their average life expectancy even lower. But what made their existence so unbearably difficult? For starters, Homo habilis was physically vulnerable. Standing under 4 feet, 1.2 meters, tall, and weighing only about 60% as much as modern humans, they were easy prey. Their small, fragile skeletons weren't built for the intense demands of survival. They were partially arboreal, spending time in trees, yet lacked the advanced climbing abilities of modern apes. A simple fall could be fatal. Their bodies bore ape-like features, longer limbs, curved fingers, traits that helped them in trees but left them slow and exposed on the ground. Their greatest struggle, however, was finding food. Homo habilis were not strict vegetarians. They were scavengers, and scavenging meant risk. Their large incisors and powerful jaws allowed them to tear into flesh, but their meager stone tools were no match for larger, more powerful predators. They rarely made their own kills, instead snatching scraps left behind by apex predators. At best, they might scare away a jackal or a cheetah from a carcass, but they were surrounded by much deadlier foes. East and South Africa were teeming with more than 30 species of lethal predators. One of the most terrifying was Meganterion, a saber-toothed cat the size of a jaguar, but far more powerful. Its deadly canines could deliver an instant kill with a single throat bite. Or worse, it could smother its prey by clamping its jaws over the entire head. Fossil evidence suggests that at least one Homo habilis met this grisly fate, with puncture marks on the back of the skull, revealing a brutal end. Then, there was Pachyrhikuta, a monstrous hyena with one of the strongest bone-crushing bites in history, capable of pulverizing bones to reach the nutrient-rich marrow inside. Even smaller predators, like the running hyenas of the Chasmoporthetes genus, hunted in packs and could easily outpace a lumbering Homo habilis. And if the land was dangerous, the waters were no safer. Homo habilis likely fished for food, a practice that put them face to face with enormous crocodiles like Crocodilus anthropophagus, the human-eating crocodile. This 25-foot-long, 1.5-ton beast would ambush its victims, dragging them into the water to drown or violently dismember them with death rolls. Another giant, Ramphosuchus, reached up to 26 feet, its immense jaws designed for crushing armored prey, but equally effective at dispatching early humans. Even non-predatory animals posed a grave threat. Territorial herbivores like prehistoric rhinos, elephants, and hippos could be just as deadly, trampling or goring any creature that wandered too close. And if all these external dangers weren't enough, Homo habilis suffered from severe dental problems due to their harsh diet. Their worn, cracked teeth suggest they endured excruciating pain, making every bite a torment. In many ways, Homo habilis epitomizes the unrelenting brutality of early human life. Small, weak, and constantly in danger, They fought a daily battle for survival, one they often lost before ever reaching adolescence. The next time you enjoy the luxuries of modern civilization, clean water, medicine, a warm bed, take a moment to reflect on how far we've come. The hardships endured by our distant ancestors laid the foundation for the world we live in today. Their struggles, their sacrifices, their pain, it all led to us. So, as you move through life, remember, survival was never guaranteed. It was earned, fought for, and paid for in blood. And because of them, we stand here now, looking back, knowing we owe them everything.